Hello, and I want to say, day of the week, time of day thing, but the fact of the matter is it's spring break / Yvonne has a lot of days off in a row. So, being the opportunistic people that we are, we decided to try to make an emphasis to do a lot of work this week at church. But I don't want to keep doing with the repetitive thing of every day just be like, oh, we're back at church, oh, we're back at church. So, what I'm planning on doing is I'm just going to do kind of like a week-long retrospective, not retrospective, but just like a week-long.
Skewers! Sorry.
I'm planning on just doing like a week-long, this is all the work at church we've done, rather than saying, oh, we're back again, oh, we're back again, oh, we're back again. It's easier and cleaner in my mind, so it's what I'm going to be doing, and I'll just let you know when new days are happening. Anyways, for right now, we are cleaning out the cabinets in the kitchen in the youth room, and I promise I'm going to be helping in just a second. Oh, business cards. Yeah, and this place is junked up pretty badly. There's a lot of stuff all over the place that probably has no business being here, and so first priority is getting this place cleaned out and all nice and pretty for the future. So day 2 is starting out as a shopping day. We're here at Lowe's right now. Yvonne and I actually already went to the fabric store to get some stuff that we needed for today. You can see we've got a cart full of stuff. And this isn't even what we're getting. We're going to be getting some paint, some other hardware stuff, some just stuff in general. And I think we're going somewhere else to get Bibles.
Don't share the name of the store we're at.
What, Lowe's?
Yeah.
On...
Copy. I think you can cover for that.
I don't think you can, just for mentioning brands.
You're right.
Maybe not, I don't know. I'm not a pro like you. I'm lame.
Yeah, we're starting off as a shopping day, and we actually realized that this will be like our first full work day at church in over a year, because we started pretty early, and we're probably going to keep going for as long as our bodies can handle it. So, yeah, it's just like old times. So, fair warning.
We're making methamphetamine.
Industrial strength paint solvent is also pretty good at eating through styrofoam. So don't use styrofoam as a funnel when you're trying to pour this stuff.
It makes good meth though.
I'm sure it does. Anyways, we're using this to, I don't know if I've shown, but we've kind of been stripping the paint off of these frames because they have latex paint on them, even though they're metal frames, so it peels off really easily. So now, we're just going to try to completely strip all of it off on all these doors in this room. And we've got masks and gloves to make sure that we don't die, which I think is a pretty good application of those things. And hopefully, it's gonna go pretty easy. Also, Yvonne painted these pieces of wood. Stop talking, I'm trying to record! Also, Yvonne painted these pieces. Also, Yvonne painted these pieces of wood. So just to give you an idea about the effectiveness of the solvent, if you look over at some of these doors down here, this was pretty concentrated day-long effort with, us all working just manually, sometimes with the industrial hairdryer. And then if you look at some of these other doors, specifically down here in the entryway, this was about 10, 15 seconds, depending on the spot, with the solvent. It's powerful stuff, man. We were all really enjoying the heck out of it. And still are to an extent, but I think we're pretty much winding down. But definitely...
Don't get on your skin.
Yeah, don't get it on your skin, for one. But definitely within the next day, we could just do some spot treatment, touch-up type stuff, and probably the door frames will be ready to go to be repainted. Day 3, I should probably talk about it at some point. We're back mostly focusing on the doors right now, but today we're using a different type of paint, thinner paint remover, and that's not a very good tray of it, but it's a thicker thing. You're supposed to brush it on, and it actually works a lot better. Like, this door came off a lot easier, and we've got a bunch of others, and they're also over there working with power tools and sanders and stuff. And we're planning on obviously painting the doors back once we're done taking all the old paint off of them. And also, Yvonne's done more painting on these.
I have one more to go. It just wasn't.
One more,
There was
yeah.
no room to move any of the wood without having the one be off of it, so
Yeah.
there's still one more in the other room. But that's fine.
And these are not going to be used for any specific project until tomorrow when we're getting some stuff coming in. And I'll show that then. But in the interim, what I really want to work on is once I can find a screwdriver for myself, is we're going to be putting on these are magnets that you put on the cabinets so that they can latch properly. But you can already see that there are holes in the bottom shelf for each of them. But if you look at the doors, the magnets that put them latching are on the wrong side of where they're supposed to be. So someone put these doors on upside down. I really want to fix that. It's bugging the heck out of me, but I don't want to supersede the group in any sense or think that one project is more important than another. Plus, I need two different types of screwdrivers actually now that I'm looking at it, because some of these are flathead, some of these are Phillips head. So that's cool. Well, we've done it. All the doors are correct and all the magnets are in. Let me just go on record as saying I hate power tools so much. Just something about them. Can't use them to save my life. I couldn't tell you what it is. But what seems to have become the project of the week is we're still working on scraping off all this dang paint. It's taken years and years, feels like. And with the fumes from the paint thinner and all that stuff, and we've brought in a hand sander, which is somewhere around out here. It's just so stinking much. Hopefully, once we're done, it'll look better and I'll never have to worry about scraping off paint again in my life, but for the time being, it's a pain. Anyways, I'm probably gonna start vacuuming up because I don't think we're gonna be meeting up here tonight because there's everything still kind of in its progress state, but it's probably best to go ahead and try to at least keep the mess tidied up as we're working. Best we can anyways. Had to let the kids know what was up before they sat down here and got all confused. I should probably say something at some point. Today is day 4 now, and we're back in the booth. And we're going to be working on a couple things in here. First of all, this is the big project that I've kind of been like low-key hyping up the whole week. And this is what I thought we were gonna be working on the majority of the time. This is acoustic foam. And if I can pull them apart, it's got the ribs on it, and you stick this on walls in order to make sound less of an issue. And in this room, I don't know how well you can tell just from the recording, but it echoes quite a lot. Sound just bounces around in here. It has to do with the height of the ceiling. It has to do with what the walls are made of. It has to do with the fact that Caleb is making an alligator mouth.
That was my joke.
You're not on camera.
It has to do with a lot of things. But we're gonna be putting these together and framing them up, and that's why Yvonne's been painting the wood so that we can have the frames. And we're also gonna be we took down these doors already for those cabinets up there, and we're gonna be changing out the hardware and possibly repainting them and putting new stuff to help keep sound out a little bit better. Like I said, this is what I thought we were going to be spending a lot of our time on, like the majority of our time, but unfortunately, paint scraping didn't exactly work out as easily as we expected, but I'm optimistic. We can pull everything together within the next couple days. So technically it's day 6, but we took an off day yesterday just to kind of chill out and not force ourselves to go too crazy. But today is all about cutting wood, pretty much. We've got giant sheets of wood, we've got long strips of wood, and we've got other long strips of wood that are painted red. And all this foam to try to frame up. With what we already have, we can get about 6 full frames of foam, which is about half of what we have access to as foam is concerned. But the stuff that we need to pick up really isn't that expensive. It's just going to be a matter of actually getting out and taking care of it. I think pretty much we're just committed to getting what we have done today and then finishing up the rest as we can. But we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. Well, these are almost done, but hey, look at the cabinets. We got those finished. They look really, really good, actually. I really didn't show them a lot before we refinished them, but we got another coat of paint on them, new hardware, all that kind of stuff, and it looks pretty nice. But no, that's pretty much it that we're gonna be doing this week. We'll try to clean up and finish up a little bit next week, but I'm not gonna include it in this video because it's already 5 days long. So I'll go ahead and say, I guess my normal outro doesn't work. I don't know, what should I say? Come up with a new outro for me, I guess. I'll figure it out somehow. Just because I know a lot of these projects were kind of left up in the air from the video that I actually recorded, I just want to go ahead and update you on their current state as of the editing of this video. The paint scraping is still very much up in the air. It's just that sort of thing that it seemed really easy on the surface, but once we actually got into it, it ended up posing a lot more of a problem than we realized, which is basically the whole theme of the week. But on the bright side, the sound panels, we ended up kind of building completely new ones, but they look really, really good, and I'm sure I'll be able to find a photo somewhere and drop it into this video right now so you can see the finished product. I'm really happy with how they turned out, even though they weren't exactly our original vision, but I'd say that what we ended up with was probably better than what it would have been with what we originally had in mind, so to speak. And there were a couple various other random detail type projects that were also finished up, but I didn't really touch on a lot in this video. So overall, not a wasted week, but one that we probably could have used more efficiently if we'd known what we were getting ourselves into.